everyone, welcome back to Instant Pot with Poonam. We're continuing to be really excited about partnering with Teal Mango. If you haven't heard about it yet, the link is below, so you'll have a reference point. But I like to visit their site because it's just very relevant information, pop culture for South Asians. So it's just a really nice place to go and catch up on things that are South Asian related. So they reached out to us to partner up because they wanted to provide some recipes and food items for their readers, and so we jumped on it and we really wanted to share a lot of great dishes. So today we're actually going to get to jump into Vada Pav, which is like a street food that you can find. It's one of those things that you crave, especially late at night when you're roaming the streets in Bombay or when you're in my area, Surat, Navsari. We like to walk around and eat Vada Pav. It's a great spicy food, so we wanted to show it to you. Now, this is also a healthy version. We're not going to deep fry the actual patty. We're actually going to use a healthy twist on it. But let's go ahead and run into the ingredients that you're going to need, and then we're going to get started on making the dish. So first, what you're going to need is some peeled potatoes, and we've cut them up so that they cook faster when we get to that part. We have some chickpea flour, or chana flour, sliced onion rings. We have some amli chutney, which is tamarind, made out of tamarind. And again, we have a video for this, so you can reference how to make it fresh. There's also some cilantro chili chutney that we're going to use later on. We have some ground chilies, ground garlic, ground ginger. We have some cut up cilantro, curry leaves, citric acid, baking soda, sugar, salt, urad, and we have some rye here. And that will kind of show you how all that is incorporated in the dish in just a little bit. We have some oil, and we got our little slider buns, which is what we use to actually make it. And then we got our handy dandy Baryanam pan. If you have not used this, did I say it right? Baryanam pan, yes. It's really difficult to say, but really easy to use. If you don't have one yet, check out the link on our website. You'll be able to find one really quick. And of course, you're going to need your handy dandy Instant Pot, as well as the little rack that comes in it. I'm using the 3-quart today, so the rack is a little bit smaller than your 6-quart Instant Pot. So just kind of a little tidbit on that. Remember, you can put your lid in the little slot to hold it so you don't use a lot of your counter space. And so the first thing you're going to do for this, the Vada Pav dish, is you're actually going to take the potatoes and load them in the Instant Pot because we have to cook them up first to make the actual patties. So just load them all. The one thing you do have to remember is when you put your rack in, just pour like a cup of water in the bottom so it can actually make the steam. And just kind of put them all in there. All right, so we've loaded them all up in there. You're gonna close your lid, close the vent, and then you're gonna go to, now if you're using your 6-quart, the one that we usually use, you're gonna use manual mode. For us on 3-quart, you're gonna use pressure cook, and you're gonna scroll up to 8 minutes. And then we will let the steam release for a few minutes after, and then we'll just open it up, and we'll come back and show you what that looks like in just a little bit. All right, so we went ahead and pulled out the potatoes from the Instant Pot. The alarm went off. I took the steam out, opened it up, and took them out. And you just mash them up. And then after I mashed it up, you can basically go and warm up some oil and throw in the curry leaves. And you can't really see it because it's dark, but the curry leaves and the rye, and you're just going to pour it into this. And we're going to mix it all up real good in a minute. And then you're going to put in your ginger, garlic, chilies. And the rest of it, you're just going to dump. Alrighty. So, what you're going to do now, take this out of the way. And just mix that up all real good. Now, some people will use their hand. I'm not that brave because I can't put my hand in hot potatoes, but you know, some of our moms and aunties can for sure. So just mix it up real good. And then we're going to set this on the side once I get it all good to go. Oops. All right, so we've mixed it up really good. You can see that the color of the potatoes turns yellow. You can taste it and see, you know, if you need anything additional. Salt, maybe. A lot of people have different preferences of salt, so take it into account and see if you'd like to add. So the next step is that we're going to make the actual batter. So you're going to take your chana flour or chickpea flour, as well as the arad salt and some baking soda. Put that on the side. And then we're just going to add a little bit of water and mix it up with your whisk. Some people use their hand. It's up to you. All right, so you kind of mix it up. Make sure it's pretty thick in consistency, and then add a little bit of oil into it just to smooth it out. And then the batter's pretty much done, so we can put that over here. So you're gonna come back to your potatoes, and you're basically gonna make the little ball that you need for it. And in the biryani pan, you'll have to see how big of the slots you have if you're gonna use that instead of deep frying. So it's about that size for us. So we're gonna make these, and then we're gonna move over to the stove to finish the last part up. Okay, everyone, so we went ahead and made the batter. We also made our filling, the balls out of that. We've gone ahead and put the biryani pan on the stove on low heat. So once it's heated up, which ours is, you're gonna take some oil and kind of just drop it into each slot that's in here. And just make a circle. And that's basically to help it not stick when we have the batter. So take each one, kind of roll it around in the batter that you've made, kind of get a thick layer on it, the best that you can, and then you're just going to drop them in. And you're going to cook it on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes. Make it a little messy, but that's all right. So you're gonna wait for about 2 to 3 minutes, oops, and then you're gonna turn them over. It's a little bit of an art to turn them over, but remember, we're doing this so we don't have to fry it. And I would do anything to not have to fry something. So turn them over, and then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna cook each side for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're almost there to start building our Vada Pavs. Can't wait. All right, so we went ahead and pulled out the vada part out of the biryani pan, but look how good these look. They actually do look like they're fried. It's our little secret that they are not. So basically what you're gonna do is now you get to build it as you want. So you take your buns, you have your cilantro chutney. And I don't know if you guys do know this, anyone who does have access to an Indian grocery store, in the frozen section, they do have some ready-made chutneys that you can just pull out whenever you need it, and you just defrost in the microwave. But that's kind of a cool hack. If you don't have time to make your own homemade chutney, then that is a cool hack. Then you got your amli chutney. Remember, if you don't know how to make it, reference our video. We'll help you do it. Spread that in. Then you're gonna take your onions. I like to load them on each side so you get like a crunchy bite every time you get into it. And then you kind of just put in your water. Some people like 2, like my dad, but we're gonna go with 1. Then you kind of just smush it together. Oh, and I can't wait to eat it. Look how good this looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat it while you watch me. Look how good this looks. It is so yummy. I want you guys to try this. If you have a 4th of July barbecue, definitely try it. I think that your dads, your uncles, your cousins, everybody will love it. Try it with the chutneys. Send us pictures. And if you need the pan, definitely go to the link and you'll see it on our ingredients and recipe. But I hope you enjoy this one. Definitely let us know what you think of it. And then check out the website so you can get all the amounts and the procedure and how to do it. So that way you can recreate this at your house.